Good morning, YouTube. It's a little before 5 a.m. and I'm up about 4 hours early. I've only been sleeping 5 hours, less than 5 hours actually, but I've had another significant dream already. Now, I've probably had in my life maybe only 4 or 5 end-time dreams, and you have to understand that when you have an end-time dream, you know it's of God, and He always wakes me up and says this dream is of me. Like I explained, I had a dream when I was in the 6th grade. I didn't have another dream after that for multiple years. It's not like I'm dreaming this stuff every night. I want to be very clear on that. I don't have a dream every night or once a week or even once a year. But in the last year, going back into 2011, I've had 3 and my wife has had 1. If we had time, I'd like to explain my wife's dream if you want to hear it. But anyway, going back to about 4:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I woke up recalling the dream. This is very interesting because in these dreams from God, there's no fear, there's no panic. Matter of fact, there's perfect peace. You can tell I just woke up at 5:02 a.m. now. Let me get right into this dream, so this is a short video, amen. It was as if I was given secret access into an intelligent area. I was sitting in a room and I was being briefed on an operation. I'm going to use the word Iran. I believe I heard the word Iran. And what was odd about this is it seems like our president just went in and signed a pact with Afghanistan for peace. And God said no. When they say peace and safety comes sudden destruction. Like, Lord, but I was at perfect peace in my spirit. There was no panic or fear. But I saw these, I'm going to be real specific in this dream. I saw bombers going up. They were taking off from the sea and from land. That's what's interesting. The sea and from land, some from a distance. And it was a major campaign. It wasn't a small, quick strike. It was a major campaign to wipe something out. And I asked a military officer, and what was weird was I wasn't in the military. I was just like being allowed to observe this. And I asked the military officer, I said, what was that jet? It was a jet, it was a bomber I didn't recognize. It was very fast. And he said, oh, this is a joint operation. I remember those exact words, this is a joint operation, and we were bombing, and we were bombing hard. And I immediately woke up and I said, Lord, bring everything back to my recollection. So I remember it was in the Iran area. I remember it was imminent. I remember it was bombing. I remember it was a joint operation. And when I sat up on the edge of my bed, just recalling it all, that's what God does. He brings. Have you ever just forgot all your memories? I do that every night. Have dreams every night and forget them all. God brought it all back to my recollection, and He said, "Go and tell them." And I sat up. And I said, "Lord, what would you have me to do? Now help me with this because I'm in this with you guys." He said, "I want you to get out as I'm sitting up after the tree." He said, "I want you to get up and journey into a foreign land." I'm thinking, man, to be honest with you, I don't have money to just go fly somewhere, and He didn't tell me where. And I said, "Why, Lord?" He said, "To evangelize. Get ye out into a